Pace truck pulls in off of turn number 4. Dalton DeGraff and Brandon Ganadic going to lead him to the green. Green flag is out. We are racing. Rough start for the 83 on the outside. They all bunch up. Everyone gets away clean. Dalton DeGraff, your race leader. 5:51 at Jesse Veltman up into the second spot now. Dalton DeGraff, Jesse Veltman, Brandon Hooker up to third. Justin Wilson now in the fourth spot, looking for third from Hooker in 1 and 2. He'll take it. Last night's feature winner, Dustin Wilson in the 42W, now up to the third spot. Dalton DeGraff, your race leader, but Jesse Veltman in the 5:51, hot on his tail. That 5:51 car is fast everywhere he goes in the state of Florida. So never count out Jesse Veltman. And we got 3 of the fastest in the state at the front of this heat race. Dalton DeGraff, Veltman, and Dustin Wilson. Veltman starting to peek a little bit to the outside, feeling the pressure from Dustin Wilson in the 42. Veltman to the outside, going into 3 and 4. 4 in, 4 to go for your Crown Vics. Coming up on the lap car, going into 1. Veltman sideways. He's able to gather it back up. Trouble on the front stretch. Around goes the 69 of Obregon. He keeps it going. Battle is now for the second spot through 3 and 4. Dustin Wilson to the inside. Jesse Veltman to the outside. Wilson going to get clear. Sets his eyes on the race lead. His teammate, Dalton DeGraff, in the 7. LC2 to go at the line, this time by Dalton DeGraff. Now got his teammate, Dustin Wilson, in the rearview mirror. Dalton DeGraff leading him down the back straightaway. All single file so far. Jesse Veltman clipped the wall a little bit there. Top 3, bumper to bumper through turn number 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go for Dalton DeGraff. So coming up on the lap car of Aaron Obregon. We'll see if lap traffic going to play a role in the finish of this heat race. Dalton DeGraff leading him through 3 and 4. Checkered flag is out. Dalton DeGraff is going to win heat race number 1. Dustin Wilson brings it home second. Jesse Veltman is third. Brandon Hooker is fourth. And Ricky Puckett rounds out the top 5 in the number 14. And that'll do it for heat race number 1 here at Showtime Speedway. As he brings it across the front stretch, let's hear it for your heat race winner tonight, Dalton DeGraff in the number 7 car. Heat race number 2 going to be rolling up over the hill. Taking a look at your starting lineup. Going from the pole in the number 04A out of Winter Haven is going to be Jimmy McLeod. Jimmy McLeod in the 04. Rolling off second in the Levrocks Towing, number 0C out of Pinellas Park is Ronnie Campbell. Ronnie Campbell in the 0C. Rolling off third in the number 70, Home Late Lawn Service, Marty Nikens Racing Machine. Out of Pinellas Park, or out of St. Petersburg, it's Marty Nikens. Marty Nikens in the number 70. Rolling off fourth in the number 42S out of Bradenton, Florida. It's the Wolfman, Dennis Wilson. Dennis Wilson in the 42S. Rolling off fifth in the number 4, Home Late Lawn Service, Marty Nikens Racing Machine out of Pinellas Park is Robert Stoffel. Robert Stoffel in the 4. Starting sixth in the number 02 out of Pinellas Park is Joshua Ryan. Joshua Ryan in the 02. Seventh in the number 42, Home Late Lawn Services, Marty Nikens Racing Machine out of Pinellas Park is Austin Ramsey. Austin Ramsey in the 42. And rolling off eighth in the Levrocks Towing, number 28G out of Kennett City is Chad Cushing. And starting shotgun on the field in the Matt's Lawn Care, number 22 out of Indianapolis, Indiana is Matt Whitty. Field lined up and ready to go. Want to say hello to everyone with our low budget TV live look-in on Facebook. Welcome to Showtime Speedway here in beautiful Pinellas Park, Florida. Southern World Finals night. This is heat race number 2 for the Ford division. Be with us for a couple of heat races here on the Facebook Live look-in. If you like what you're seeing and you want to hop in for the rest of the night, make sure you head over to lowbudget.tv. That's lowbudget.tv to purchase tonight's pay-per-view of the Southern World Finals for the Outlaw Pro Figure 8s. BG Products Southern Sprint Car Shootout Series in action here tonight, along with this Ford division and the mini stocks. Definitely a night of racing you are not going to want to miss. So once again, if you're watching on Facebook Live, make sure you head over to lowbudget.tv to purchase tonight's pay-per-view. Field good to see one to go at the start-finish line this time by. Lights out atop the Dayton Andrews Dodge Showtime Speedway pace truck. Looks like the 0C of Ronnie Campbell elected to drop to the tail. That'll move the 42 of Dennis Wilson up to the outside. Dennis Wilson, good to see Dennis back behind the wheel. The Wolfman, he actually won a pure stock race over at the Freedom Factory, his old stomping ground, a few weeks back. Pace truck is in. McLeod and Wilson lead him to the green. Green flag is out. We are racing. Jimmy McLeod and Dennis Wilson door-to-door through 1 and 2. Here comes Marty Nikens at the 70, looking for 3 wide. That car getting squirrely on him. He reels it back in. That was almost huge. Everyone gets away clean. Jimmy McLeod sideways off of 4. He'll lead lap number 1. Around goes Robert Stoffel in the 4. Robert keeps his foot in it and will stay green. Dennis Wilson looking for the race lead from Jimmy McLeod in the 0-4. Peeking to the inside off of turn number 4. McLeod a little squirrely off of 4. Veteran driver Dennis Wilson looking to capitalize as he looks to the inside through turns number 2. They touch. Trading paint heading down into turn number 3. Dennis Wilson gonna pull ahead. Off of turn number 4, move the Wolfman. Dennis Wilson to the race lead. Jimmy McLeod back to second. Here comes Joshua Ryan in the 0-2. Now up in that 3rd spot and making his way up into 4th after starting shotgun. It's the 22 of Matt Whitty, who just ran the fastest lap of the race at a 17.385. Whitty making the haul up down from Indiana, has finished in the top 5 every night since he's been here in the past 2 weeks. Trouble for Chad Cushing as he pulls down into the infield. Matt Whitty looking for 3rd from Josh Ryan heading down into turn number 1. Side by side for the 3rd spot. Whitty going to pull ahead down the back straightaway. Able to just barely get clear of Ryan going into turn number 3. Dennis Wilson has opened up a little bit of a gap here as he'll see 2 laps to go. Wolfman Racing looking to win the first 2 heat races. Dalton DeGraff taking the checkered flag in heat number 1. And the Patriarch Dennis Wilson sees the white flag. 1 more lap to go. Matt Whitty now breathing down the neck of Jimmy McLeod for that 2nd spot. They'll see the checkered flag this time by Dennis Wilson is going to win heat race number 2. Jimmy McLeod brings it home 2nd. Matt Whitty is 3rd. Joshua Ryan is 4th. And the 42 of Austin Ramsey rounds out your top 5. And that'll do it for heat race number 2. As he's pulling off the track, let's hear it for your heat race winner tonight, the number 42 of the Wolfman, Dennis Wilson. Heat race number 3 coming up next. And we'll meet your starting lineup. Going from the pole in the number 64, making the haul from Hinton, Iowa, is Derek Smith. Derek Smith in the 64. Rolling off in the 2nd spot. Your feature winner on Wednesday night here at the Speedway. In the B&E Auto, Black Dog Tire Service LLC, Mission Quest, Q Auto Injury and Medical Malpractice Attorneys. Number 2C out of Palmetto is former Street Stock Track champion Dodge Carlbert. Dodge Carlbert in the 2C. Rolling off third in the Lev Rocks towing, number 128. Out of Tarpon Springs is Mike Coleman Jr. Mike Coleman Jr. in the 128. Starting fourth in the number 37. Out of Seminole is Rob Lidwell. Rob Lidwell in the number 37. Rolling off fifth. In the CQ Coatings, 58th at Central Automotive, T-Shirt Labs, number 60. Out of St. Pete is Tallencraft. Tallencraft in the 60. Rolling off sixth. In the level line, Lev Rocks Towing, hair by Lindsey Morgan, Q Auto Injury and Medical Malpractice Attorneys, Tri-City Bolt and Screw. Number 28, out of Pinellas Park, your Crown Vic Figure 8 champion from last year, Shane Grigsby. Shane Grigsby in the 28. Rolling off seventh in the Lev Rocks Towing, number 63 is going to be James Grigsby. James Grigsby in the number 63. And starting shotgun in the number 04 out of Pinellas Park is Sean Moore. Sean Moore in the 04. That is the starting lineup for the third and final heat race for your Ford division. Let's again say hello again to everyone tuning in on our Facebook Live look-in here with Low Budget TV. If you like what you're seeing, make sure you head over to lowbudget.tv to purchase tonight's pay-per-view. Derek Smith and Dodge Carlbert going to lead him to the green. Pace truck is in off of turn number 4. Green flag is out, but I do not believe race control is thrilled with the start of that race. We'll stay green. Derek Smith in the number 64, your race leader. The battle is for second. Mike Coleman Jr. to the inside of Dodge Carlbert going down into turn number 1. Side by side for the second spot. Tallencraft looking to follow the 128 by. Through turns 3 and 4. 3-car battle for the second spot. Coleman Jr., Carlbert, and Kraft. Mike Coleman Jr. going to pull ahead. Tallencraft trying to follow him past. Dodge Carlbert hopping down in line. That'll put him back into the 4th spot. Tallencraft getting into the 128 of Mike Coleman Jr. That opens the door for Dodge Carlbert, looking to take that 3rd spot back down into turn number 3. Side by side through 3 and 4. Trade and paint. Tallencraft a little sideways there as we're halfway home. 4 in, 4 to go. Move Dodge Carlbert back up to the 3rd spot. Derek Smith with a commanding lead in that number 64. Mike Coleman Jr. second. Dodge Carlbert third. Coleman slips up a little off of 2. Here comes Dodge Carlbert looking for second going into turn number 3. They'll see 2 to go this time by. 2 laps to go for Derek Smith. Move Dodge Carlbert back to second in the 2C. He's got 2.5 seconds to make up on Derek Smith. Going to be too little too late here with just a lap and a half remaining. The battle is for third. Tallencraft trying to get back by the 128 of Mike Coleman Jr. He'll clear him in 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go for Derek Smith. Battle is for the 3rd spot. Mike Coleman playing bumper tag with Tallencraft. Here comes Shane Grigsby looking for that 4th spot. Checkered flag is out. Derek Smith is going to win heat race number 3. Dodge Carlbert brings it home second. Tallencraft is 3rd. Shane Grigsby is 4th. And Mike Coleman Jr. rounds out your top 5. That'll do it for heat race number 3 for the Ford division. Next up is going to be a set of heat races for your BG Products Southern Sprint Car Shootout Series. And as he comes down the front stretch, let's hear it for your heat race winner tonight. Make it in the hall from Hinton, Iowa. In the number 64 is Derek Smith. Up next is going to be the first of two heats for the BG Products Southern Sprint Car Shootout Series. Southern Sprint Car Shootout Series is brought to you by BG Products, Dayton Andrews Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, Sunoco Race Fuels, Southern Race Fuels, Hoosier Tire, and United Speed World, all proud sponsors of the Southern Sprint Car Shootout Series. Taking a look at your starting lineup. Going from the pole in the number 13 out of Fort Myers, Florida, is Scotty Adema. Scotty Adema in the 13. Rolling off second. In the A&D Lawn Care, number 93 out of Leesburg, Florida, is Dude Teat. Dude Teat in the 93. Rolling off third. In the PCS Racing, number 5 out of Traverse, Florida, is Daniel Miller. Daniel Miller in the 5. Rolling off fourth. In the number 61 out of Lutz is Colt the Bolt. Colton Bettis in the number 61. Rolling off fifth. In the number 33 out of Pinellas Park, Florida, he puts the show in Showtime. Robert Showtime Yoho. Rolling off sixth. In the number 83 out of Thonotassa is Brian Riddle. Brian Riddle in the 83. And starting shotgun in the number 32 out of Zephyr Hill is Bo Hartley. Bo Hartley in the 32. That is your starting lineup for heat race number 1 for the BG Products Southern Sprint Car Shootout Series. Track crew's working on getting these sprint cars push started. We'll get them lined up to go for 8 laps. First of 2 heat races for the BG Products Southern Sprint Car Shootout Series. We'll be in action here next weekend with the Dave Steele Memorial 125 for the non-wing sprint cars, so we'll pop the wings off them. Big $5,000 to win race. Field looking good, around 20 cars pre-entered for that race, including last year's winner Kyle O'Gara. And 2-time winner of the event, Cody Swanson, just found a local ride. Looks like we got everybody rolling. Not seeing the 83 of Brian Riddle. Not sure they'll be able to answer the call for heat race number 1. Cars are rolling. We'll work on getting them lined up here before we turn them loose for heat race number 1. Here comes the 83 of Brian Riddle, able to get that car out here to make the call for heat race number 1. Now we've got all 7 cars lined up and running for heat race number 1. Sprint cars are rolling to take some hot laps here, get some heat in the engines and heat in these tires before we turn them loose here. Yellow flag is being displayed. Everybody will get lined up here before we turn them loose for heat race number 1. So you know, race fans, if you are a member of My Race Pass, you could download the My Race Pass app onto your phone. And there is a fantasy racing game built into that program. So you can play along tonight with fantasy racing. And we've got some prizes for the top 5 here at the end of the night. I have got hats for the top 3 and decals for the top 5. So make sure you're playing along on the My Race Pass app. And we've got some prizes to be given away at the end of the night to the top 5 players in that event. Scotty Adema and Dude Teat going to lead him around for the green flag here in heat race number 1. Green flag is out. We are racing. Scotty Adema with a good start on the inside. He'll get clear of Dude Teat coming off of turn number 2. Daniel Miller in third in the number 5. Colton Bettis is fourth in the 61. Scotty Adema dropping the hammer here on lap number 1. He's up to half a second on the 93 of Dude Teat. Daniel Miller peeking to the outside, looking for that second spot off of turn number 4. Not able to get there that time. Miller looking once again for second on the outside. Dude Teat not letting him get there. Fiva Miller just ran the fastest lap of the race at a 12.870, looking for second down the backstretch. He'll take it going into turn number 3, halfway home, 4 and 4 to go. Here in heat race number 1, Daniel Miller now setting his sights on Scotty Adema in the 13. Two to go this time by. Daniel Miller's got a rocket ship tonight. Is he going to be able to get to Scotty Adema here with 2 laps to go? Going down into turn number 3. He's at the back bumper. White, 2 laps to go. Daniel Miller peeking to the outside of Scotty Adema. Not quite able to get there yet. He's there now. Coming off of 4. They've got the lap car riddle in front of him. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Adema going to use the lap car as a pick. Daniel Miller to the race lead down the back straightaway. Off of turn number 4, checkered flag is out. Daniel Miller is going to win heat race number 1. Scotty Adema brings it home in second. Dude Teat is third. Colton Bettis is fourth. Robert Yoho rounds out your top 5 in the number 33. Let's hear it for your heat race winner tonight, Daniel Miller in the number 5. Field pulling off the racetrack, and we'll get set to go for heat race number 2 here for the BG Products Southern Sprint Car Shootout Series. Going from the pole in the Craft Dog Wildwood Penske Simpson number 59X out of Dover is John Inman. John Inman in the 59X. Rolling off second. In the Wilo PSI Technologies, Brakes, AP Driver Development, Sam Pierce Chevrolet, CMS Contracting, Swebco Oil, Mankiss Performance Parts, Ultra Shield, and Troy Robinson Cole. Number 55, it's Tommy Gunn Nichols. Tommy Nichols in the double nickel out of Wesley Chapel. Rolling off third in the Dayton Andrews Dodge. Number 88A out of Pinellas Park is Sport Allen. Sport Allen in the 88A. Rolling off fourth in the number 14, Morgan Exteriors, Simonton Windows and Doors, United Speed World, Tony Carino, Phil Hollers. Go Fast, Take Chances, Thin Energy, Hurricane Chassis, Renelex, number 14. Out of Lutz is your defending series champion, Davey Hamilton Jr. Davey Hamilton Jr. in the 14. And rolling off 5th. In the Morgan Exteriors, Simonton Windows and Doors, United Speed World, Tony Carino, Phil Hollers, Go Fast, Take Chances, Thin Energy, Hurricane Chassis, Rental X, number 14H, out of Jamestown, Indiana. Former IndyCar competitor, Davey Hamilton Sr. Davey Hamilton Sr. in the 14H. And starting shotgun on the field. In the number 1, out of Melbourne, is Stephen Hollinger. Stephen Hollinger in the 1. That is your starting lineup for heat race number 2 for the BG Products Southern Sprint Car Shootout Series. Track crews getting the cars pushed off. And we'll give them a few laps to warm up and line them up and turn them loose for heat race number 2. 8 laps for the BG Products Southern Sprint Car Shootout Series. Once again, race fans, make sure you've got the My Race Pass app on your phone. And play along tonight with My Race Pass Fantasy Racing. We've got prizes for the top 5. I've got hats for the top 3 and decals for the top 5. I'll be giving away at the end of the night. For the top 5 finishers in My Race Pass Fantasy. And at the end of the night, if you're in the top 5, just bring your phone up here to the tower and show me your app, and I will get you a prize on My Race Pass Live. Looks like we've got all the cars up and rolling. We'll turn them loose here for their warm-up laps. Get set to turn them loose here for their warm-up laps. Get some heat in these tires and heat in these engines. And they're going for their warm-up laps. Yellow flag is back out. We'll get the field lined up and ready to go here for heat race number 2. Pole sitter John Inman going to make his way up to the front of the field. John Inman was involved in a really bad crash at testing here with his little 500 car a couple of years back. So could not be more excited to see John Inman back behind the wheel of a sprint car here tonight. Field will see the green flag next time by. John Inman and Tommy Nichols going to lead him to the green. Davey Hamilton Jr. and Sport Allen make up row number 2. Davey Hamilton Sr. and Stephen Hollinger, row number 3. Coming to the line, green flag is out. We are racing. Sport Allen and Tommy Nichols down into turn number 1. John Inman side by side with Tommy Nichols going into 3. Inman going to get the best of him. Nichols with a shove from Hamilton Jr. The battle is for third. Sport Allen to the inside of Davey Hamilton Jr. Hamilton Jr. flying up top. He'll now take second from Tommy Nichols. Move Davey Hamilton Jr. to the second spot. Davey Hamilton Jr. has been pretty unbeatable in that number 14 car. He's won the last 2 times he's been out here, one with the wing and one without. And he is all over the back bumper of John Inman in the 59X. Hamilton looking to the outside through number 2, and he will take it down the back straightaway. Davey Hamilton Jr. to the race lead. John Inman back to second. Inman a little squirrely in turn number 3. He's going to fall back into the clutches of Sport Allen in the 88A. Allen looking to the outside of Inman. Not quite able to get there this time. 4 to go here in heat race number 2. Just 2 laps remain for Davey Hamilton Jr. in the number 14. The battle is for the second spot. John Inman and Sport Allen. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Davey Hamilton Jr. setting a blistering pace. He brings them through 3 and 4. He'll take the checkered flag. Davey Hamilton Jr. wins heat race number 2. Sport Allen brings it home second. John Inman is third. Tommy Nichols is fourth, and the 1 of Stephen Hollinger rounds out your top 5. Let's hear it for heat race number 2 winner, Davey Hamilton Jr. in the 14. Sprint cars making their way off the speedway. Up next is going to be our mini stock division. Mini stock division rolling out next for their heat race. Going from the pole in the His and Hers Lawn Care LLC JP Racing, number 95 Dodge Neon out of Kennett City is Travis Appling. Travis Appling in the number 95. Rolling off second in the number 15 Dodge Neon out of Winter Haven is Zachary Dees. Zachary Dees, the number 15. Rolling off third in the number 60 Tony Meehan's Automotive Nissan Sentra. Out of Tampa is Greg Valdez. Greg Valdez in the 60. Rolling off fourth in the Artistic Spaces Inc. Lakeland Moonway Green Acres Child Care Saturn. Out of Largo is Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman in the 44. Rolling off fifth in the number 25 Dodge Neon out of Auburndale is Roy Healy. Roy Healy in the number 25. Rolling off sixth in the number 96 out of Winter Haven is Wayne Dunovitt Jr. Wayne Dunovitt Jr. in the 96. Starting shotgun on the field. In the number 61 Grain Sod Honda Civic out of Winnemana is Cole Gunter. Cole Gunter in the 61. That is your starting lineup for your mini stock heat race. Could be going for 8 laps. Your pole car, Travis Appling. That car went to victory lane last night with Kevin Grant Jr. at the wheel. That car starting from the third spot, Greg Valdez in that number 60. That is the old number 57 car that Ken Smith won the track championship with here the last 2 seasons. Greg Valdez made the move up 2 mini stocks mid-season last year. With the same Ford Ranger pickup truck he ran in our Strictly Stock division. Zachary Dees in the 15. Visiting driver from the nearby Auburndale Speedway. Choosing to come play with us tonight. Pace truck is in off of turn number 4. Appling and Dees lead him to the green. Green flag is out. We are racing side by side down into 1 and 2. Travis Appling and Zach Dees. Appling going to try and defend the lead. Looking high, looking low. Roy Healy trying to thread the needle on 25. He backs out. Zachary Dees sideways into turn number 4. He keeps it off the wall. Greg Valdez now up to second in the number 60, but he's got a mirror full of Roy Healy in the number 25. Travis Appling still showing the way in that number 95 car. Appling way high off of 4, leaves the door open for Valdez. Side by side into 1 and 2. Greg Valdez looking for the race lead in that number 60 car, and he'll take it down the back straightaway. But here comes Roy Healy in the 25. Travis Appling way high off of 4. Move Roy Healy to the second spot as he's now looking to the outside of Valdez for the race lead. Roy Healy and Greg Valdez down into turn number 3. Valdez able to get clear. Healy looking to the inside. Not quite able to get there. As we're halfway home, 4 and 4 to go for your mini stock heat race. Greg Valdez and Roy Healy side by side again down the back straightaway. Healy with a run on the top side. Greg Valdez, a bottom feeder here at Showtime Speedway, loves to stay glued to the inside. He hits the bump at turn number 4 and jumps sideways. That's going to let the 25 of Roy Healy take the race lead. Roy Healy, now your race leader. Greg Valdez back to second. Travis Appling is third. Wayne Donovan Jr. is fourth of the 96. And he's got a mirror full of Zach Dees in the 15 as we've got 2 laps to go. The battle is for the 4th spot. Zach Dees looking to the inside of the 96 car down the front stretch. He will take that spot going into turn number 1. White flag is out. 1 lap to go for Roy Healy in the 25. Roy Healy bringing him through turns 3 and 4. He'll see the checkered flag. Roy Healy is going to win your mini stock heat race. Greg Valdez brings it home second. Travis Appling is third. Zach Dees is fourth. And the 96 of Wayne Donovan Jr. rounds out your top 5. As he comes down the front straightaway, let's hear it for your heat race winner tonight, Roy Healy in the number 25.